But you know who's not feeling good? Missouri's top mental health official balked at new homeless law. The governor signed it anyway. So we're talking about Missouri today. Does anyone live in Missouri? Anyone out there watching the show today live in Missouri? Well, you know, this is some local news for you. Jefferson City. Governor Mike Parson ignored the concerns of one of his cabinet members about signing a new law targeting Missouri's homeless population. Whoa, the homeless population? Why are they being targeted and how? In a May letter obtained by the Post-Dispatch, Missouri Department of Mental Health Director Valerie Hun told the governor's budget office that the law will have negative impacts on people living on the streets and could exacerbate their problems rather than fix them. Quote, when people experiencing homelessness have criminal justice histories, it is difficult to find housing, Hun wrote. Parson, who announced Hun's selection as the director in December, signed the Republican-backed measure into law in June. What's being signed here, right? What's going on? The law, which goes into effect Jan 1, 23, makes it a felony to sleep on state-owned land, such as under a highway overpass and bridges. After one warning, anyone found illegally camping on state-owned land could face a $750 fine or a Class C misdemeanor charge, punishable by up to 15 days in prison. Isn't that insane? Isn't that fucking crazy, these people? Like, all the money that they're spending on police to, like, beat the shit out of homeless people, right? Like, all the money that they're spending on this, they could just give motherfuckers housing. Like, it's... The law authorizes the state attorney general to sue cities that don't enforce the ban. It further penalizes cities with rates of homelessness higher than the state average by taking away state funding for unhoused services. So if you don't beat the shit out of homeless people for entertainment, we're going to defund the services for homeless people. You see how fucked up this is? So, like, now, like, the cities are going to be like, oh, well, we want to keep our housing programs, so we're going to have to get our cops to beat the shit out of homeless people anyway. Like, what? The measure also bars cities and organizations from using state and federal grants to build permanent housing for the unsheltered. Rather, that money must be directed to build temporary camps. So again, now cities aren't even allowed to fix the problem. Let's say there's one city in Missouri that's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to solve homelessness. Now they're going to be sued by the state for building public housing. Isn't that insane? People wanting to stay at the temporary camps must submit to mental health and substance use evaluations, which contradicts the current federally backed Housing First model, which says no one should have to meet requirements to seek shelter. That's the thing, right? Is if you have a house to live in, like, orders of magnitude, you're going to be like 7,000% more likely to kick whatever drug addiction you're on than if you're in a camp. Like... And if you, like, make one mistake and relapse one time, the government's going to kick you out onto the street. Like, I really, like, the way that Republicans dehumanize homeless people, and the reason why they do this, you might be wondering, why are homeless people so targeted in society? The answer is because homeless people's existence is a stick that beats on the lower class, middle class, and so on. It is a stick that beats them into submission. You don't want to become homeless, so you go to work every day like a good little drone. You don't want to be homeless, so you follow all the steps, be the cog in the machine that is society. And you know what? Fuck it. Sometimes we'll just make you homeless anyway. Mila, is this law or legislation? The governor signed it in June. Hun has a long history as an administrator in state government, having worked at the Office of Administration, the Governor's Budget Office, the Department of Social Services, and Department of Health and Senior Services. She joined DMH as chief of its Division of Developmental Disabilities in 2014, was named the department's deputy director in 2020. So this person, the person that leads like the mental health group or whatever in the government administration, she's like the only one sounding the alarm on this. Everyone else is like, fuck it. We'll kill a couple more homeless people. Who cares? Let's have some fun. Maybe my son will be a cop. Maybe they'll get their first kill. Because they treat homeless people like fucking like deer in like the woods, right? They just like go hunting for them and beat the shit out of them at every fucking cost. And again, is a homeless person gonna get a lawyer and sue the police department? Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Anyway, so you can read the rest of this. But it's not good. It's not good. And of course, you know, whenever you see this thing, oh, I don't live in Missouri, I'm fine. If you live in any red states, like the way red states function in this country is, look at the abortion thing. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later too. Red states, one of them will put together like a test balloon, right? They'll say, okay, does this work? All right, we're going to basically make homelessness a felony. By the way, that strips them of the right to vote. Very convenient. And so, okay, so does this work? Are people going to let that happen? Right? One person's like, yeah, that's fucked up. And then everyone else is like, I don't care. I don't give a shit about homeless people. Right? The lower class, I don't give a shit about homeless people. The middle class, I don't give a shit about homeless people. The wealthy, the upper class, they don't fucking care. Like, in fact, they're the ones drafting this legislation. So no one gives a fuck. No one's going to respond to this. No one's going to do anything about it. And then other red states are going to go like, oh shit, they just got away with it. And no one even knows or cares. Now let's do that here. Except they're going to make the bills worse and worse and worse. So that's how this shit happens. Look at like what Texas did with the abortion bounty bullshit. They just did that, right? And then other states started copying it. Look at Florida with the Don't Say Gay bill. They just did it. They lied about it every step of the way. They put it through anyway. And then other states are like, oh shit, they can just do that? They can make it like being gay and being a teacher illegal? Oh great, let's just do that here, but make it fucking 5 times worse. Let's do that here, let's make it 10 times worse. Right? So, you know, again, you think, oh, I don't live in Missouri, I'm safe. And the same way the people with the abortion stuff think, oh, I live in California, I'm safe. Well, because once they're done with all the red states, you know what they're going to do next? That's right. The federal government, once they take control of that shit again. And that's why it is so important that Republicans do not win any election ever. I really cannot. I just can't. Words do not exist in the English language that can accurately summarize why you need to be voting against Republicans every step of the way. I don't care about whatever other fucking cringe lord shit you want to come up with, your own personal moral philosophy. Like you're fucking like Lucky and King of the Hill. Like you just got that fucking code or whatever. Like go fuck yourself. Go fuck your code. Fuck your morals. Fuck your philosophies. I don't give a fuck. But if you don't vote for fucking Democrats when Democrats have a chance of beating Republicans, this is the shit that happens. And then the people go like, oh, but it's accelerationism. It's going to get bad before it gets better. Right? Okay, we tried accelerationism in 2016. And then what happened? We got Joe fucking Biden, right? So great fucking strategy. You did a really wonderful job, right? Oh, wow. We're going to vote for Trump. And then next time we'll get a left-winger in. And what did we get? Joe Biden. So, Riley, all the data, all the evidence goes against your theory. Accelerationism sucks. It's a religion. It's faith-based. Faith, what is faith? It's belief in things that are not only just, there's no evidence for them, but all the evidence that does exist proves that it's false, and you believe it anyway. So fuck accelerationism. You're dumb. Vote for Democrats, especially in these red states. I mean, Jesus Christ, right? Like, you have states in the South, right, that are majority black, and yet majority of the state legislatures are like white supremacists. How is that possible? Because they fucking cheat every step of the way, right? So and then no one cares. There's no critical mass of people that are going to fight back against it. So it's the combination of no one caring, and then anyone that does care, they don't have enough power and influence to do anything about it. So we're just going to get perpetually fucked. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving, but yeah. Anyway, Republicans, man, Jesus Christ, right? Fuck. Some fucked up motherfuckers.